ignorant and reliant on them. People who want to educate children, expose them to different ways of life, hopefully saving people's lives, because ignorance, I believe, causes suicide. The people educating aren't groomers, they're educators. There's a difference. But conservatives, I guess, don't know the difference. And that's the difference. Educators want to educate. Groomers want to isolate. You can't turn somebody anything. You can educate people, and then they realize, oh, then I'm not this. When I was in therapy learning about toxic, abusive dynamics, I was never told that my religion, which was Christianity, was inherently abusive. I put two and two together when I realized that the behavior of a toxic, abusive environment mirrored what my religion did. I realized that this was abusive. I was never told Christianity is abusive. Therapists don't tell you what to think. They teach you how to think for yourself. They help you find out what goal you want, and then they help you get to the goal yourself. They don't carry you kicking and screaming. And it seems to be something that conservative states do very well. They use the term groomer instead of educator. And there's a big difference. Now, there are predators who are teachers, but they're not predators because they teach gender identity. They're predators because they don't have professional boundaries. They're not the adult. They don't behave like an adult should. You're not a predator for educating. You're an educator. A teacher is a predator when they intentionally sexually harm a child. There's a difference. Educating a child is not predation. It's educating. And the people who scream the loudest that someone's a groomer or that educating is predatory are probably grooming their own kids. We call it religious indoctrination. And Disney has been known for having very anti-queer and negative stereotypes for villains. They've been known for being racist. They've gotten better. They're very anti-Jewish in theory. But it's all about racism. It's not just about the queer identity, sexual orientation. It's about racism. They don't want critical race theory to be taught. Conservatives don't want critical race theory or queer history to be taught, because then they would have to realize and take accountability for not changing the behavior that goes on every generation. And it's so hard to make a positive difference in kids' future when they're not allowed to teach realistic things that happen to all children. And yeah, I wish we lived in a world where we don't have to teach kids about abuse, preying, grooming, and physical violence. But the reality is we don't live in that world. You don't wait till someone's 18 to teach them about bad people. And stranger danger only is 1% of crime. 99% of the time, crime is done by your family, by a trusted adult. Only 1% of crimes against children are perpetrated by strangers. And we need to teach kids The person who's most likely to harm you is somebody who babysits you, tucks you into bed, or has access to them. And you don't have to scare kids to educate them. You can teach kids don't take candy from strangers, but it's better to teach them that anybody who knows them and who they trust can take advantage of them. And if somebody is straight or white, they're more likely to harm somebody due to statistics I've found from the FBI. And it's not a hard jump to go from you're most likely to be hurt by your family or a family friend than by a stranger in a Volkswagen on the side of the curb. And I was never adequately educated about the dangers of family. My parents never talked an iota about family friends harming or abusing children. It was always stranger danger. Which, when stranger danger is only 1%, I mean, the odds are you're definitely going to have a problem. And when kids don't know about bodily autonomy, consent, orientation, they can't rise above their biases. And silence can be as damaging as having a negative conversation about orientation. And I lived in a home that was